welcome into the 2020 NBA Big Red Pregame Show. NBA, it's homecoming week, week 4, coming off a huge win against Innsworth this past weekend.
Yep.
You know, rivalry game, we talked about it. Tensions were high. We were really, really excited to play that game and try to get to 3-0, and we successfully did, and trying to roll the momentum into JP2 this week and get another win and start off 4-0. Ram, what did you see in the Innsworth game this week?
You know, it was a high-profile game. You know, going into it, it's Innsworth. You know, there's nothing much you can really say, as I said last week. You know, we saw a good showing from the offense. Innsworth's defense really stacked the box. I mean, we saw 8 to even 10 guys in the box at one time, you know, really keying on Pat after he had, I think, about 360 yards in the first 2 games. So, you know, it was really the air raid time to shine for Coach Everard's offense, and Marcel went 10 for 20 for 3 touchdowns, I think around 170 yards. Lucian had some big plays, 3 catches for about 85 yards, one of them for 60 and a touchdown. You know, Banks getting in, couple receptions, couple big third down conversions. Herbstreit with a touchdown. There you go, 8. So, you know, we in a defensive battle, you know, John. You guys I felt like y'all really got your feet under you in that game. And, you know, after the first few drives, it was looking a little iffy, but then you guys shut them down till really their last drive of the game for the rest of the game. So, you know, I think it was all around a great game by the Big Red.
Totally agree with you. I think it was an awesome win for us. Big statement game, you know, starting off 2 first games. Defense was a little kind of iffy. I think coming out against Innsworth. First half, we kind of kept it close. Second half, I think the defense really stuck it to them. Some big plays really helped us there and definitely ultimately led us to the win. Obviously, moving into JP2 this week, they're coming off a 28-21 win against Franklin this past weekend. Mm-hmm. They're 5-1. I mean, this is a team that usually is kind of a step-on team, not a very great team historically, but this year definitely having some firepower. They run a great RPO offense, really tough to guard, similar to Briarcrest and similar to BA, who we will face week 5, and I think it's a really good setup for y'all this week.
Yeah, for sure.
So, John, you know, going into their offense, you know, they got Antwan Roberts, Wisconsin commit, big running back. I think he wears number 44 because of Ty Chandler.
Yep.
You know, he's obviously got the Big Red in his mind. So we've heard he's hurt this week. He's been out for a couple weeks. He might be playing. He might not. We know their quarterback, Sawyer Watts, probably is not going to play, and they're going to have a backup. And I heard he really likes to go deep, and I think our defense can definitely capitalize on that. You know, Maxwell with a pick last week, and, you know, we had a lot of good stands by the corners and the secondary. So really, what are you guys looking to keep the momentum going for this week?
You know, hurt or not, those backups are still going to make a difference. We've been watching film all week, and they're good players. They're backup running backs, bowling ball type character.
Yeah.
Their quarterback's big. He's like 6'3", I think, and can throw the ball. He's also a little mobile. You know, we're going to take this seriously. It's not just like we're their star running back, their star quarterback, they're hurt, so whatever. Like, it's just going to be easy on defense. It's going to be a great game. We just got to fight like we fought last week. We don't want to start like we did last week in the first half.
Yeah.
We just want to stick it to them. Send them a message.
Mm-hmm.
I think that backup also got put up for Sumner County Player of the Week coming on. I mean, he's a backup, but came on and played really, really well, so definitely somebody to look out for.
Loves to pass.
Yeah, he does love to pass. And obviously moving to the offensive side of the ball, you stepping in as a starting tight end this week, played really great game, a lot of great run blocking for Pat and all those guys. I know that I heard that they like to stack the box play. They play kind of all sorts of defense. They can even put 8 guys in the box. How do y'all keep that run game dominant, and how do y'all use play action to get that thing going?
Yeah, so basically their defense is just whatever they can find out to do. They like to bring those linebackers down. You know, they like to rush them a lot. And so this week, kind of Coach Everard's been stressing kind of sticking to our keys.
Yeah.
You know, playing our rules, just doing our own thing and trying not to do someone else's job.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, you know, stopping them, because with those linebackers coming in the box, they like to do a lot of twists up front. So it's going to be a difficult week up front, but I think that if we just stick to our keys and, you know, play our game, we can really mash them.
Yeah, totally.
One thing I'll say, with our offense, you put 8 guys in the box, we're going to run it down your throat. You put 11 guys in the box, we're still going to run it down your throat.
Yeah.
We play a tough offense, and I think everybody knows that. And this year, offensive lines really come together. Run blocking's been awesome. Everybody sees Pat. Pat's awesome, but you got to pay a little attention to the big guys as well.
Scrimmage.
Yeah. Shout out to the big boys up front.
Got to win the trench battle.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, and going back to JP2, last year, 24-10 win there. You know, it's never easy to get a road win in the region, no matter who it is. JP2's been getting better and better the past few years. And I feel like Marcel, that game last year, really started to come out. So, you know, I think we can really look for him to keep that momentum going and keep up this this thing we got going here against JP2.
Yeah,
and
totally agree with you. I think that it's just as big of a game as any game that we have, especially being in the division and starting off 4-0 and being, I think, 3-0 in the division. I mean, can't beat that. Can't
That'd be huge.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So going on to our next segment, you know, we always got to talk a little bit football outside of our teams that we got. So biggest game this week, you know, SEC being back last weekend, probably one of the best weekends we've had since.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as long as I can remember. So you know, great SEC ball. We got Auburn and Georgia. Auburn coming in ranked 7, Georgia 4th. You know, Georgia had a sloppy half. You know, they really couldn't get anything going, and then second half lit it up for about, I think, 28 points in the second half.
Unanswered, I think.
And you know, they're still trying to figure out their quarterback situation, but they always have good running backs and they got a good defense. So and Auburn, obviously, Bo Nix is progressing. I know Seth Williams had something like 10 touchdown catches for 1,000 yards last week on Kentucky. So I think they're gonna. I think Auburn's gonna come out on top on this one, though. I think Auburn's defense is better than Georgia's offense is.
Yeah, I agree. I like Georgia. I mean, I like Auburn in this game too. I like Bo Nix. I like what he's doing. I like Seth Williams too. I mean, he's a huge veteran player for them. He's got a ton of speed on the outside. I know that JT Daniels, I think, is going to be playing this week for Georgia. I don't think that gets them over the edge at all. I did not like what I saw from them.
Yeah.
I mean, they came out second half and beat Arkansas, which is really not saying much. They kind of got some credit for coming out and just sticking it to them in the second half. But, I mean, I'm not buying it. I like Auburn. People were even saying Auburn was going to lose to Kentucky, but they definitely flipped the script and did a really good job in that game.
Yep.
Auburn, they're definitely trying to take that next step and get to the next level.
You can never count out the Tigers.
Yeah, can't.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I'm going to have to go Auburn as well. You know, I've been talking to my brother. You know, he's big into Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
He was
247.
talking about JT Daniels being in, and he's saying he's definitely going to get in the game, but he doesn't know how much he'll play.
Yeah.
You know, just trouble in the quarterback room never really goes
Mathis.
well. Yeah, Mathis is
awful.
terrible. He was awful. And I don't think Stetson Bennett looks like a lawyer can really get it done for the Dogs. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go Auburn as well. They looked really strong last week, and I just don't think Georgia can really rally and beat a big team like Auburn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said you can never count out the Tigers. I'm going Auburn all the way. If Georgia starts out slow, kind of like they did last week, it's going to be rough for them because Auburn doesn't play that kind of football. That's about it.
And in our other game, the Titans.
Yeah.
We're not too sure when we're going to play, really. It's up in the air. You know, we got some players. We got Titans practicing here this morning. That was pretty sweet to see. Might be playing Monday, might be playing Tuesday.
Wouldn't mind a little Tuesday night football.
I mean,
maybe a first there.
That would be
awesome.
That'd be great. So Steelers 3-0, us 3-0, first time since 2008. I think we just try to keep the ball rolling. Offense is looking great. Just gotta get the defense there.
Gotta get it there.
But I'm taking us. I'm taking us close again. You know, we love close games. Gostowski loves kicking in some balls to the uprights. 6 for 6 last week. I mean,
really making a turnaround.
Yeah, he really is. So I'm going with the boys, of course.
What do you got?
I'm going to go with the boys as well. I mean, Titans, I think, will get it done. I think our defense is going to make a turnaround here soon. I mean, a lot of people have been, you know, kind of sleeping on our defense now because we haven't had that great of a start.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we got some great guys, a lot of talent. If we can figure out, you know, our secondary, which is really talented and strong, if we can figure that out, I think our defense is going to step up to the plate and our offense is going to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with y'all. I mean, I think if you look back on it, the Titans like statement games. They like the big games, and usually they don't play as well in the smaller games as they do the big games, but this is a big game, and I think that they're going to come out, and this is a statement for the defense. I think it really helped to get Adoree back this week. He's been very much missed in a lot of ways just after seeing Justin Jefferson go for all those yards last week.
Oof.
It hurt. It stings to watch those guys just take over your defense and beat them real bad, but, you know, it goes back to stomping on the terrible towel. We don't like the Steelers, and they don't like us.
Not at all.
I like two-tone blue. I like it a lot, and I think that Titans are gonna come out this week and win after watching Tannehill throw the ball today on the field to all of his receivers. I mean, the guy's just awesome and incredible. He just electrifies our whole entire fan base, and I like the Titans at home, bringing in some fans this week, and definitely to get the win close, but I like them to get the win in the statement game.
Definitely.
You know, as a Texans fan, 0-3, I might have to be a Titans fan this week. I think the Titans are going to pull it together. You know, as the weeks have gone by, I think they've developed more trust in each other, especially with Gostkowski. I'm sure y'all can agree.
Yeah.
And, you know, old Roethlisberger, I think he's going to have a lazy week. Watch out for a pick six. I'm sure y'all would like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, they just beat the Texans. I don't know what to say anymore. Go Tits.
Yep.
Yeah. And then obviously finally moving into the game this week, who do you like to win the NBA JP2 game?
Obviously, I'm going with the Big Red. I'm going with the Big Red big. I think offense keeps rolling, putting up points like we did last week and like we've been doing all year. I think defense continues from what they did last week at Innsworth and really shuts them down. I'm going Big Red 35-7.
That's big. I mean, I definitely like the Big Red by a solid margin. I mean, if y'all are saying they stack the box with 8 and bring all sorts of different defenses, I think the ability for Patrick and Rhett and anybody to get into the second level and break a big one is inevitable. I think if their quarterback's a second string doesn't have very much experience, he might have had a good game last week, but that can happen. I like our defense to zone in this week and really get to him and knock him off his game. As long as we have our keys and make good reads on the RPO, I think that we're going to have a really good week, and defense will come out strong, and our offense will obviously do their thing, take care of business.
Definitely.
I like MBA. I'd say 28-7. Yeah. Big
Looking for 17 out there, getting some some good time and catches this week. So yeah.
Then obviously finally moving into our last section for every week, we got the student section. We got the game on Friday. Starts at 7:30, a little bit later this week. I guess that was for the spaghetti supper and homecoming usually, but we're not going to have that this year. But still going to start later. Make sure to bring your own paint. Make sure to be loud, and make sure to reserve your seats for the game if you are a student. I think it's going to be seniors and juniors, potentially some sophomores this week. But make sure Mr. Sawyer sent out an email. It's really a blessing that we can go to these games right now. I know a lot of people can't in the world. And so make sure to reserve those seats. And if you reserve a seat, come. People want to come. So if you don't come, you're just taking away a seat from somebody else. Don't sign up if you don't want to come, because there are a ton of people who want to come to this game. I know that there's a little addition this week. The refs will be mic'd up in the stadium. So I know that people will be able to.
I think I'm going to see Jack Edwards getting after some of them.
He'll be getting after some refs this week. I know he will. Yeah, but I think that'll be a great addition for the people in the stands, and I think it's going to be a really successful homecoming, and hopefully the Big Red come out on top and start the season 4-0.
Yep. We hope to see all y'all at the pep rally tomorrow. Another edition that we're getting going for the homecoming game, not dance, but homecoming game. So pack the barn, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Looks to throw. Plus down the pocket, waits for it, throws it. It's caught, and that is
in my right
Quinn Jacobs with the short kick. It's going to be taken by Turrentine. Turrentine breaking some tackles. He's going to give Innsworth great field position. That was a hard hit on the far side of the field. Just there we go. So Jacobs down. And Red here. He's built solid. He's trying to more than cool just to find me.
I just call up Betty to get a hype.
Second and 6 from the 10. Pass upside. Spikes out. Well, what a tackle on the far side, Mike. Pain from Payne Daniel. Brunetti's got it. Brunetti's got midfield. He's got the first down.
Ran up 20 minutes. Talk to me,
and keep her on the chain. Extra point is good.
Stats with no strings.
High and short. Good snap.
There's a lot I'm gon' spend. Tell me when I beat you to pull up, you gon' shoot out while I spin.
Ainsworth goes down as NBA wins at 31.